Would you date a bus driver?
Listen.
We can relate it to Toronto. A TTC bus driver.
A TTC bus driver? I would.
They make
good money. They make very good
I
money.
feel like all bus drivers make good money.
Shout out to MTA. You guys are making money. Shout out to
If they are on the lower part of the
BART. You guys make money.
the totem pole, however, they don't pick their hours.
So what does that mean? They don't own the bus?
I mean, yeah, they don't even own their schedule. So
Oh no! Oh wow!
yeah.
Who really? Come on, like,
Wow!
who really? What? Okay, so hold on.
You don't have seniority.
Stop.
It's over.
Stop. Stop. Stop.
It's over out here, man.
It is.
Who, like,
Which means you have to
out
work
of
on
all
the
the
weekend.
people that own their schedules, who can say they run their schedules?
A lot of people. If you got top
On
seniority,
TTC, people run their schedules, their own
No,
schedules.
no,
They
sure.
pick-
Seniority
if you're
is
on the seniority, if you're on the top,
You can be like-
woo, your seniority is great. Your
You can be
schedule,
like Monday, Friday, no weekend thing. After
trust me.
no weekend.
You say,
But you gotta work some hours though.
You gotta be
Yeah,
there for
you
a
gotta-
while.
You're probably gonna run that blue line.
yeah. But if you're
Who
like,
wants to run the blue line?
if you're like, yo, I'm starting my shift at 10.
Wait, tell the viewers what's the blue line for those.
The blue line where it's like,
the
okay,
nights.
the stations are closed, so they do the longer routes, I think.
Oh shit, yo, that's
Yeah.
Have you ever had a blue line story?
Yes.
No, actually. Wait, but this I want to hear though. Like,
I have many.
you have many blue line stories. Okay, just give us one. this may be.
I mean, they range. They range from being like super fun to like super scary, right? So it's like,
Give us a scary. We want scary.
I remember one time there was a bus driver and it was on Yonge Street. Bus was packed, full.
on the blue line.
After an event,
Yeah, nighttime, straight. Everybody is drunk, you know, like the bus movement, this, that, and the third.
That's already.
And the man came on the bus and he smelled so bad. And everybody was just like, okay. But of course, because everyone's drunk and this person comes on the bus and they smell, that's a whole problem.
someone said, "What the hell's that smell?"
And threw up.
Oh.
And it was a one after the other of people throwing up.
That's.
The bus had to go out of service because of it.
I mean, you must.
person.
Oh, this
One
was-
person.
oh.
Yep.
Are you just watching it down the line?
Yep,
Just,
yep.
So what did you do? You just ran off?
I was just like, sir, oh, stop, out, please,
Stop. Stop.
get me out. Last thing I need is projectiles vomit at me. Out. Mm-mm.
Wow.
So it's like you get those nights, right? Then of course you get the other nights where somebody is clearly like probably drunk or super high on something and it's just violent. I seen a whole fight go off in the bus on blue light. Ooh, and it was just like, it was probably like 10 people.
And
And
what-
the scuffle was
What did
happening.
the bus do? All right, stop, please. Stop on the bus. Stop on the
And
bus.
you see the boat on. What made it worse? What made it worse was the bus driver actually put his foot on the brake.
That's
And you
smash
see
it.
them just.
Can you imagine the bus?
Still
Brother with the swing just.
going. Oh my gosh, it was
Mines
the
are
worst.
flying in the pole.
Did not care.
What?
Continued to fight. Yeah. Bus was out of service.
You know what I
Listen.
remember?
Yo.
I think I had a blue line, but it wasn't scary. I just remember being like,
Like that's.
I remember just being super cautious on the blue line, just sitting down,
Yeah.
just looking around, like,
Trust me.
yo,
Trust me.
I'm on the blue line. I'm just watching everybody. I'm just looking at the stops. I'm like, oh, this is as soon as I get off the stop. I'm getting-
Not the whispering to yourself. Yeah.
I had music in my ears, but then at one point, like, you know, when you see like it's just a little too cautious, you just turn it down, just. What? You're just looking around. Yo, I was hyper conscious.
Trust me.
But Ebony K doesn't want to deal with any of that.
Nope. She says
She wants an owner.
A owner of the bus. I mean, I get it because after all that stress that you have to deal with the bus, like, would you want to have to deal with that person at home?
if that's your prerogative, fine.
Ugh.
But to be honest,
I mean, it's still
let
stressful. if you're
people
not.
have their preferences, okay?
Oh, okay.
I feel like we've gone to a place that people are getting offended based off people's preference, and then people are getting. Then let people take what they want. If that's what they want to have, that's what they want to have.
But okay, so here's the thing. Because this has been a huge debate, right? But is it the fact that even though someone's preference may be that preference, do they even like, is it okay to say, you know, maybe you're a tad delusional? Like,
I've learned lately to leave them to their delusion. If they feel like they can swim in Niagara Falls, or if they feel like they can swim and not get their hair wet, do you, sis?
okay.
Go ahead, sis.
Okay, but
same thing with the
guys.
niggas, the man
Yeah.
them. If he believes that this is, hey, all power to you, king. All power to you, queen. Do whatever you like. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have to live with what you live with.
Got you. And then the other
If
question.
someone says, you know what, I want this, and the person at that level says, I don't want you, then you're just gonna have to roll with that.
Right. So then the other question is,
I don't think you should tell anybody your preference nowadays, to be honest
and
with
that
you.
was what I was
It's
gonna say.
It's nobody's business.
Because if somebody does now comment, are they a hater?
It could be, but then what? Hers in particular, like when she made the comments, like people like were scaling back, looking at her dating history. Because what did she say? Her dating history, and then they were just like, "Well, you had a failed marriage, you got broken up during COVID. You, out of all people, shouldn't even be asking for no preference or anything."
Or what was her husband?
Some like a CFO dude,
So
but
So he owns some things.
he owns some things, but yet that didn't work out, right?
but I mean, she was able to attain someone like that. So it's
she
not like
wants-
it's not like she was
now.
but it's not like she was dating the bus driver
here's
and
the
then
thing.
saying, okay, I want to date the CFO.
The reason
Like,
why I don't...
But she said she dated all kinds of people, so I don't know. Maybe.
And this is the problem with people's preferences. I think you should just leave it alone.
But
Like, just keep it quiet, because the problem is, you remember that whole concept of all these people saying they wanted 6-figure niggas? But a lot of them never had 6 figures. The only 6 they probably seen was 666 in Domino's.
That's wow. Very good game for those.
Right?
Very good
So it's one of those things that is just like, you just have to let people, if that's what you like, that's what you like.
Right.
If you had men that say, yo, I wanted 2 bodies, this girl have none bodies or whatever, but that man had 32,338. That's the choice that you want to make.
I'm surprised someone's alive after that.
I believe you have the right to achieve what you want to achieve.
I'm surprised the person STI up.
You know what I mean? In the words of J. Cole, you came a long way. The problem is you went the wrong way.
Oh, wow. Damn, I went from here to like downtown, and you tell me I went the wrong way? Damn. But look,
And I'm not saying...
took it 2 hours.
No, but this is the thing. This is the thing. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm not saying people don't deserve it. I'm saying that whatever you want to obtain, you know, you have the right to obtain it and deal with the consequences. We are adults.
Do they have a right to obtain
I low key start to.
Do they have a right to obtain
I low key think you say your preference sometimes to get hated on, yo. To be honest, if someone literally someone says, I want a 6-figure person,
Right.
someone would look at you and be like, I don't know if you 6-figure worthy.
I mean, but okay.
I think it's
We
just...
can even dial it down to, I just want a traditional person.
I mean, that's what it really, yeah.
But then some people would just be like, are you a traditional person?
Yeah. Do you even deserve a traditional person?
I don't think you're traditional enough.
Most of the time, they're not even traditional themselves.
Yeah, I was like,
Right?
but that's the thing. A lot of people, it's just a weird gauge that you're trying to, like, prove, instead of proving to your partner, you're probably approving it to everybody else. I deserve this because of whatever. Who cares what everybody else?
So, wait. So, is there an issue where people date the occupation and not the person themselves? Talk about it.
Of course, people date the money and not the person.
The money, the occupation, the brag, like, oh, look what my wife's doing, look what my husband's doing.
But I feel like sometimes the job that people
It's about the
have,
person. It's about this.
yes, but sometimes the job that they have is the person too.
So some people,
The person does job.
Yeah.
What?
Like they were built for it.
was,
That's their passion, right?
makes
So
sense.
it's a part of them. It is who they are. It's their passion.
so they wear their job on their sleeve.
Yeah,
Maybe they shouldn't sometimes.
sometimes. But if that is the type of person you want a doctor. You know, you want a lawyer. Ooh, you want a teacher. Ooh. Yeah, that's what you want. Because the things that they are is everything that you want in a relationship.
Wait, what about the women that get dreams sold to them, where people are on damn near either don't have a job or a low-paying job, and they get strung on a bunch of lies, and they're funding this person's career, but like
Herbalife people. I'm joking.
but like Herbalife people.
I'm joking.
But like, no, like
Avon.
Not Avon.
Like,
The mass media marketing.
Shout out to Avon.
wait, Avon regarding like.
No, I was just talking nonsense.
Okay.
Selling the dream.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Mass marketing.
Yeah. Like
Eminem.
I don't know. They sorry. They say like they. Like some-
Multi-level marketing.
There you go.
That's the word.
Multi-level.
Like some,
MLL. Yes, MLM.
Like some people like they want they have this grand idea of what they want and then mate and all that, and then behind the scenes are just like, yo, you're funding a bum. You're funding a sex surfer. Like it's just like
Wow, that hit so hard.
like
Jeez.
why
Wow.
like it sounds nice.
It sounds nice.
Like you gotta make up lies. You gotta make up lies to your girlfriends to not reveal the occupation of the person. You have to say like, oh well, he's on his way to do this or she's on his way to do that.
But
you
unless
know they're
they,
not doing anything.
unless they believe the lie themselves too, right? And they are also a part of the delusion.
And that's what we're trying to figure out today.
It's the prevalence of delusion.
I'm just gonna say this. You have the right to choose whatever you want to choose.
Do you?
I'm questioning that now.
The
yeah.
reason why I say you have a right because if you never told anybody and you just go for your preference, you have the right to say yes or no due to your preference you want. If I think when you start going out there and saying this is what I want, people are gonna like people's goals and dreams. People will look at it as we don't know if you could sell that dream. There's gonna be some people that are gonna be like good for you, and then they're gonna be like I don't know at the back end. You know what I mean?
But why? Like, well, I don't even know. Like the whole thing for
Because
me.
there's envy in people's hearts.
This is
I say some people. No.
Okay, some people because
Yeah,
sorry for the lack of generalization. I want to make sure I'm not generalizing things.
No, but
No, I'm just saying. I'm not generalizing all you people. I'm just some of y'all.
He's talking to us.
I'm talking to some specific people.
Oh, sure.
In the arts of generalization. Where's the camera? Yeah, there you are. Generalization. Yeah, I said some. Not
okay.
all.
All right.
But yeah, so in regards to that, you have the choice to live what you want to live and do what you want to do. You can get all the goals and dreams you like.
Okay, so my question then is, do you feel that society...
Has lied to everybody yesterday. Sorry, go ahead.
Wow, okay. I was going to more so say, do you feel like it's now shifted and now men or the voice of men is now being more compliant to the voice of women and their expectations and wants?
Compliant.
I don't know about that because I'm not gonna generalize men. But
Some men.
I'm not gonna generalize. But the way I see this approach
Society
lately,
voice, the group thinking.
I don't think I'm starting to realize that it doesn't make sense to argue preferences. And it doesn't make sense to argue certain standards, whatever. Some people, you just have to let them go through the process of whatever they're going through. Some people, they'll find love in the person that owns the bus. Some people will find love in the bus driver. Some people will not find the love in the person that owns the bus, but find more love in the bus driver, and vice versa.
Which is what I just explained.
We saw Tyler Perry's movies.
We completely missed somebody else. Someone's gonna also find love for the person who gets on the bus.
Exactly.
Wow, that's even.
Or the people on the toll booth. You might find somebody on the toll
in order
booth.
for the bus driver to have a job, and the person who owns the whole bus, someone got to go on the bus.
You might find love to the person that's giving you the tokens. And that thing pass. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
I'm good. How you doing?
Navigation. Do you know where you're going?
Yeah.
Some gotta love them
sometimes, yeah. Some bus drivers, and bus people in the metro, they know where they're going in life, and some people just love that.
They know where they're going in life.
Some people,
And know how to direct
and the
others.
TTC know how to maintain
Leadership,
the bus.
okay.
Some people know how to maintain the bus.
Some buses have been on lately. I don't know if they can maintain.
But they do the best they can with what they
I don't know if
have.
they can maintain, man.
Okay, they do the best they can.
I see the next type of stuff scribbled on.
The best they can with what they have.
The next type of trash.
Society has
Yes.
thrown a strong arm on these individuals, but they do the best they can and work with
Right.
what they got.
Right.
You guys still sit on the TTC seats, right? You don't even know what's on there. You don't even know what's on these poles.
That's fair. That is also fair.
But
that
people
is
still
also
decide to take a seat.
I have no retort with that. That's I mean,
Right?
sometimes
Right.
you see
You don't know what that bus station came from.
You see like them off red, and you're like, why is it blackish over there?
Sometimes the red would turn gray.
Yes, I've seen that before.
Yeah, you guys decided to sit of it. Defy yourself sitting in them seats.
Whoa,
I'm
not
joking.
me.
I'm joking.
Whoa.
I'm joking. I'm
don't
joking.
know.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No.
Ain't no running around, but that's what I'm saying.
I will stand and buckle my
Sometimes,
knees before that.
sometimes you guys are too busy talking about, not okay. Some of y'all,
Okay.
I'll say it.
So, like, okay. So, do you feel that means that... Okay, so we're saying, okay, erase the whole idea of preference. Or not even erasing it.
Right.
We are just allowing everyone to have their own preference.
And
if
learn-
they
and-
find it...
and learn from it.
Yes, and if they find it, kudos to you. If they don't find it and it's not fulfilled, go back to the drawing board.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's the only fair way to go about these things, because some people have to learn how to some people learn have to swim.
Yes, and it's very true.
And some people have to learn
Some
that.
do.
Sometimes you just have, just like some men and some women. Sometimes you got to get the strong arm of reality and experience.
Oh wow.
Sometimes the truth hits so much harder than what you believe. You might feel like you're the hot diggity dog, and then you find out you're a Vienna sausage.
Wow. In a can.
You might find out water is more. You have to drain.
No.
You have to drain out.
No, but when it comes to the can though, like I don't know.
Hey, yo. Sometimes you thought you were the greatest nacho chip in the world. You are a water crackers.
Oh,
Dry water crackers. Eat 3 and that's suffocation. You
Popeye's
are
biscuit.
not who you think you are.
that's crazy.
Sometimes, yeah. Some people believe they are cupcakes, but you're muffins.
Some people think they're.
Muffins are still good,
Muffins are still good.
but they don't look like a cupcake.
And they're not as sweet sometimes.
Exactly.
Not as sweet sometimes. I don't know if they're making. Let me behave myself. I was gonna go.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you think you're the S word, but you were literally Raisin Bran. You just bring up a lot of crap. See what I'm saying?
I vaguely.
That's fine. That's fine. But I'm just saying, sometimes I think just the world just has to hit
Yes.
people, and
Okay.
it's okay, and we just have to learn.
Okay. This is true. This is also very true.
This is how you don't get spreadiegibbs on Twitter. Like I don't know what he was thinking, but like maybe, like he had a preference. He went for it. Congratulations, I guess. But clearly it's not working out in real time right
This
now.
is an alleged podcast. We'll say that because. Good.
It's actually no. You know what it is. Okay,
But
you
I
know
mean,
what? It is
if you
alleged.
go on the Twitter, you can see everything. So
No. You know what? You're right. It is alleged because
I found out about this today. I did not know this was a thing, and
it's. But regarding that, his preference is something he chased after, And maybe through this lesson, we'll see by the end of the week. Maybe he'll learn from it and be like, properly, hopefully, and be like, you know what, this may not have been the move
For him.
yeah, right.
What was he basing it off of? Just
Sometimes, you know what?
That's a good question. What is it actually based on? Let us know in the comments.
You know, it's one thing I noticed about these situations. I don't know, man. It seems like these people nowadays, like, y'all probably need NDA on your relationships.
Non-disclosure.
You know what?
Because sometimes, but you know what's the problem thing? You know what's the problem about it? If he's like, yo, I'm not going to talk about it. Some people, I would think people just had a maturity of whatever you guys plan to do with y'all lives. You guys break off and you guys don't need to talk about it. You don't need to throw each other under the bus or throw shit when you're ready, and it's just a terrible breakup. But like,
some people are just not.
Like, I think some people the problem is
they go scorch earth.
Here's the thing.
I mean,
if you get people to sign an NDA,
you need a space though.
I know
you need a space event.
You guys have your space. I know, but Twitter's not it.
I mean, you're right. Twitter is not it
because now
people screenshotted that.
Are also very hard to come through.
Well, I think that's the problem. Some friends could be psychologists.
No.
We have some good friends that could keep a secret.
No.
I have some good friends. I'm joking.
That's mixy still.
It is mixy. But at the same time, I think when you have a relationship and you say, okay, we broke up. Why? We signed the NDA. You be like, ooh. But you don't be like...
Non-disclosure?
Non-disclosure. Why did you guys break up? We can't talk about a relationship.
Can't talk about it. But what
the things you've done because of...
Yeah.
NDA sounds... I think you should have a respectful, non-contractual NDA between each other to be like, yeah, it didn't work out between us. Let's keep it moving.
You think really people would be able to sign that? They can't even figure to wrap their mind around a prenup. So
I think it's like a hurt place. Obviously, people are coming from hurt places and coming after each other, but...
When you read everything, it seems to get from a hurt place, yeah.
Yeah. And then on top of it, if you have to sign contracts, someone would question then and be like, is this really love?
I mean...
Or is this a...
a marriage is technically, to some people, a contract.
It is.
And people don't even want to do that.
Yeah.
They don't see the point in it.
Is it really love?
Like with occupations, right? Just to swing back into
into preferences.
I think in the first video she did, though, the word she used is like mediocre. Underachiever. And then,
for a bus driver?
Yeah. Like, you're complacent. You guys are underachievers. You're mediocre. It's like, okay.
See, okay, so
I mean,
this is my question now because you know what? Sometimes we do get offended about people's preferences, and especially if they feel like their preferences are a little higher. And they also demean people who are lower or who are in a tier below the ones that they are aiming for, right? And in essence, they are basically displaying a hierarchy right off the bat. Is that wrong for them to say that I do not want to establish myself with anybody who is equating to this? Because to them, if you were trying to achieve higher, you would acquire these mentalities or ways of thinking or etc. etc. Because accepting lower may say that you're now gradually going down a slippery slope.
I think I'll say this. I think no, here's the thing. I think saying that if you want somebody that owns the bus, that is fine. Do whatever you want to do. But when you put the hierarchy aspect to say, oh, that person is less, no, that person is a human being just like you. You know what I mean? So when I hear that whole aspect of, oh, that person owns the bus and this person works on the bus, I don't think you guys realize that the guy that owns the bus needs workers to work on the bus. And the guy that works on the bus needs somebody that owns the bus.
Yeah, it's a
symbiotic relationship, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're human beings.
Right.
When you put that hierarchy into certain things, it becomes a lot of the times the issue. And especially when, like
everybody get your entrepreneurship on. Yeah, but who's gonna actually like
work?
Yeah, you kind of need.
I mean,
That's fine. There's a bunch of people that want to lead and step up and be entrepreneurs, which is fine.
Until they have to pay for the equity, but yes.
Right, but at the same time, but
until it pays out of your pocket, and you got to figure out how to get the next sale.
Whoa!
And you are all 7 jobs.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about entrepreneurship that like this world trending words like entrepreneur and all these things. You know what I noticed?
What do I do with my body?
Here's another thing. A lot of people I think we need to find the meaning of entrepreneur more lately, because some people it's like, yeah, I'm an entrepreneur, I do my own thing. But someone's like, we need a lot of entrepreneurs in this world. And in order to be an entrepreneur, come join my business plan. You know, I am an entrepreneur that can teach you how to be an entrepreneur by selling houses for $35,000 with only 30 cents. And you can be an entrepreneur for working for me. But you're an entrepreneur while working for me.
I see what you mean. Some people sound like that.
So it's kind of stupid, to be honest. Like I just feel like if you don't want to deal with someone that's a thing for the sake of hierarchy, everybody has their own hierarchy.
Yes.
That's why I say, hey, leave y'all presence alone. Some people like this type of person more than that type of person. This type of woman or a man, then next to this type of woman or a man. I think when you start talking down on certain people, that's when it becomes an issue.
So, just for the definition that people don't know, entrepreneur, a person who organizes and operates a business or businesses taking on greater than normal financial risks in order to do so.
But a lot of these people some of these people are just in people's business, not organized, and they take risks all the time.
That's
This is true. This is very true. Very, very true.
You're an anti-preneur.
hey, yo.
Rolling.
I'm just saying.
Not the anti.
Anti-entrepreneur. You're basically the opposite of what it is.
Just taking risk.
You're just taking risks.
Managing nothing.
All not people. You're escalating. You're non-magic. You're escalating business. Your business and everybody else's business.
How you taking risks with not managing nothing? That's just like
They exist.
No, this is
It's very easy to be that person.
Listen, look at that.
so.
That's an unorganized risk.
I mean, just
Sometimes.
mind you, but that's also a state in someone's entrepreneurial venture. There are points where you don't have, but there are points where you don't have anything coming in, whether because you don't have referrals, whether it's because it's just the season, whether it's because there's just so many reasons. So it's like there are points where it's like you don't have anything coming in, and whatever you're doing is just not working.
I mean,
That's just it.
But
it's a state or a point in your entrepreneurial venture.
I guess. Whatever that process is called.
Hey, gorgeous.
Hey, huh?
I'm recording. Let me call you back. Unless you want to just sit in and listen.
I was gonna.
What's up?
I don't know, like.
Okay.
That like was shut in my brain or something.
Right.
Like it's like they're just burning money, and like the management is all haywire, and it's just
They know how to manage themselves.
like.
I mean, some people don't even know how to time management. It's time managed, so.
Yo, that's an important one. That
Or set priorities.
and deadlines. Yo, that's.
And or be honest with themselves and their actual ability to complete things at a level that they say that they can complete it at.
This is the thing.
Oh, Jesus.
I feel like here's the thing. I think anybody I think anybody can achieve their dreams.
So
and
okay.
I think anybody can achieve their dreams and grow where they need to grow, right?
Okay.
I think anybody can get wherever they need to go. The thing is,
I believe that too. Yes.
I just feel like it's kind of, in order to dream, you have to wake up first.
And smell the roses?
Yeah.
If there are roses?
No, smell the crap that you're in. Smell where you are.
Jeez.
Just know where you are.
Okay.
You gotta wake up.
Got it.
You dream that you want this, but you're not like this. Most likely, it might not happen. I'm not saying it won't happen, but there's some processes that it might not happen. You need a lot of money to live your life and whatever, but you can't save. Not saying that you won't get all that money, but it's not gonna be fun.